Welcome to our rainbow class. We'll begin in a seated position and then pretty soon we'll stand up and move around our mat today. Just come into a seat on the mat, closing the eyes and taking a tour inward for a few moments to enter the practice through the gateway of the breath. Close the eyes. Observe your breath. Find out where your place is today. That's a physical place, an energetic place, a place of the mind. And noticing if your breath matches that state of mind or state of being. Is there a coordination there, a correlation? And allow your mind's eye to shed light on any areas that you might be noticing tension, or places that need extra attention. Another scan all the way from your base up the spine. As you scan up the spine, notice the shoulder blades rolling down the back and the shoulders roll away from the ears. On your next breath, begin to see if you can even out your inhale and your exhale. Suggesting a count of 4 or 5 inward, and then pausing for 1 count or 2, and then exhaling for the same 4 to 5 counts. Count this with your heart so that your rhythm matches your body, the count matches your body's rhythm. And as we move through the practice, see if we can keep this even box breath so that we build that strong framework of breath and then move outward from there into movement. Through that strong base of breath, we can extend ourselves and our possibilities physically. Float the eyes open and come to standing. I suggest just coming to all fours, curling the toes under, inhaling and lifting the knees, and then just folding at the waist, at the hips as you come up. Stand in the middle of the mat with the wide sides of the mat around you. Take the feet hip width apart to a strong mountain pose. Spreading the toes, lifting them off the mat, placing them back on the mat so that they're making an exact footprint in the sand below you, imaginary sand. And then allow a bright light energy to come through between the ankles all the way up the legs to the base of the pelvis. Inhale and exhale. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And to support the pelvis, we'll squeeze the glutes about 30% of their capacity of squeezing, just to support, feeling the tailbone gently drop towards the floor. Each inhale and exhale allows us to align a little closer. The framework of the torso being the shoulder sockets and then the hip sockets. And in between, you've got a nice rectangle framework to expand from. So in our painting of our rainbows arcs today with the body, we'll just be extending outward from there. Here in our mountain pose, take another breath, feeling your solidity. And then on your next inhale, let's step the right foot out wide and then the left foot. Noticing that expansion, take the arms out away from the body. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, inhale. And exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears and feeling that matchup of your fingertips and your feet and your wrists and your ankles, expanding and then bringing that energy back to the center. Slightly bend the knees as you take the right foot in and then the left foot and drop the arms. We'll just step out again, wide side reach with the feet. Feel that reach out there and then expand through the arms. And we're going to take a nice luxurious side bend here, reaching out with that right hand and dropping the right hand towards the left hip. And then taking the left arm up to the sky, ear towards shoulder. And you're pointing with those right fingers, extending towards the left hip. And the left fingers are extending upwards. So we've already painted an arc above our heads. And just feeling as if you could paint multiple colors from your fingertips. And then we'll sweep across that arc above us and take it to the other side while holding those feet steady on the ground. Left hand fingertips point toward right hip and right hand fingertips point to the diagonal. Drop that shoulder away from the ear on the right if it's stressing out. Soften your ear toward the shoulder. Exhale. A nice even breath to bring us up. Just one more time. Other side. Sweep the arms. See if you can get just energetically 2 inches away from where you're reaching physically. And feel how the skin stretches. And then we'll take the arms both up to the sky in this wide stance, find the feet and magnetize them together from this strong torso, that rectangle frame of your torso. Inhale, 4 breaths, 4 counts, 4 counts of an inhale. Exhale, lean over to the right and keep those hands. Actually, I'll suggest putting the hands in prayer position so you can really feel that reach from the crown of the head to the side and feel that core engagement. Keep that base strong, keep that inhale, and then inhale the prayer position up, and we'll exhale that prayer position to the other side, pressing the hands together like magnets. And then up again, inhale, exhale, maybe a little easier this time to the other side. Sweep back up, exhale. And then back up, sweep the arms to the side. Using that core strength, magnetize the feet as we come to the center. Bringing our breath and our movement together. Inhale, 4 counts, pause. Exhale, 4 counts, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And then we'll take it out wide again, right and left. And reach those T arms out. So let's really feel the fingertips as if they have sparkles coming off of them. And they're just extending that energy further. Colorful sparkles, multicolored, and drop the tailbone towards the floor. And as you drop the tailbone, recognize that those glutes are going to engage just to guide that tailbone down and bring your framework into place. And then from here, so imagine that pelvis just nice and steady in your mind's eye, and let's keep it physically steady as we sway the spine side to side. So reach over with those right fingertips towards the right and the left. Following an even count. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And swing. So we're recognizing that arc of the spine. Almost if it were a rainbow, you'd have that pelvis be that little cloud. And the rainbow arc in the spine. Come back to center. Inhale the arms up. Prayer position above your head. And then look up at the hands. So you feel that slight back bend. And then bring the gaze forward. Sweep the hands to the lower back. And using the fingertips pointing downward towards the mat, just slide the hands down the lower back so we can just massage our lower back, as well as encouraging the tailbone to point downward. And then feel the elbows behind you. Bring the hands to stillness as they gently press downward. And then look up. This time a little more of a back bend in the lower back. Still holding those feet strong and bringing them energetically together as you look up at the sky. And then come forward back to T, arms nice and wide. And we're going to hinge forward at the hips at the top of our thighs. And tailbones pointing back. Bring your head in line with the spine. And then you can bring your hands down to the mat. Or if you have a block handy, you can also take the block down and take the hands there. So we're reaching horizontally with the spine. That arrow being the pointing of our sits bones are towards the back of the room. And the crown of the head matches that direction. Inhale. Fill the rib cage evenly with air. Exhale. And then take the left hand to the mat. And we'll take a beautiful arc space shape with our right fingertips and open up to a twist to the right. Sternum matches that movement. Inhale. Exhale. Find the base. And then look up maybe at your hand. Or just take the eyes and see if you can look up that way. Come on back down. Right hand to the floor or the block. And make a beautiful arc shape with the left fingertips. Sternum pointing to the left. Reaching that left arm up. And then maybe bring the eyes or turn the head slightly towards that left hand. Beautiful. Come back down, freeing our spine. And then we're going to, if you have a block there, move it to the side. Take the hands out and reach out as if you were in a down dog. So we're doing a really wide base here of the feet. And the hands are coming into their downward dog hands. So point the index fingers forward. Drop the head in line with the arms. Inhale. Notice that even inhale travels up the spine in a diagonal direction and exhale it out. Pressing the hands into the mat. Another breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to come forward into a really wide plank. So let's squeeze, take those shoulders down towards the ribs so we can engage the shoulders. And just curl the toes under. Little challenge here in our wide plank. Hold momentarily. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll slightly bend our right knee as we bring the right foot in to center, to a regular plank, and take the left foot in. Holding our regular plank here. Inhale. Exhale, feel the navel toning towards the spine. Exhale, one knee down, and then the other, we come to tabletop. Let's walk that tabletop so that we have the mat beneath us. So it's the full length of the mat. And here we are in cast. So we're going to again make another arc shape, this time a different direction with the spine. Curl the tailbone under. And the spine goes up into that scared cat pose, dropping the head, looking at the knees, keeping those knees hip width apart, the feet hip width apart. Expand across the back, really curve into that colorful arc. Exhale into cow, lifting the tailbone, dropping the spine arc downward this time, and then looking up, bringing that into the crown of the head. This time we're going to go in an inhale into cat. And then we're going to sit back towards child's pose. If you're uncomfortable in child's, you can always just stay in that cat pose. Tailbone comes down between the heels. Forehead drops to the ground. And then you're going to place the forearms on the mat, nice and strong with the palms as well. And then you're going to go into a cow. But first, we're going to take the gaze up towards the hands and then begin to scoop into cow from this forearm position. And then come up onto the hands. And here we are in cow. Inhale, and we'll take that cat back again into cat, back to child. Exhale. Inhale, forearms down, keeping those shoulders steady. Scoop your gaze forward and between the hands into cow. So now that I've set up all those cues for you, see if you can find some flow with this movement. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can just go into our regular cat-cow. Find your breath and the matching of the count of the breath with the movement. And as you do this, feel the intricacies of the spine. One more time. And we'll meet in our child's pose with the arms extended, palms on the mat. Take a moment here, a tour of the body. Slide the hips side to side. Come back to stillness. Inhaling through cat, arc the spine up, come on the forearms. So we're coming into a tabletop, forearms supported. Palms down on the mat. And we're going to take our arc shape. This time, your shoulder sockets are the little clouds of the rainbow. And the arc of the rainbow is between those shoulders. So we're taking that puff up. Inhale, separate the shoulder blades towards the shoulder sockets. Bring the back of the heart up towards the sky. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring the shoulder blades together. And this is like a hammock between those two shoulder blades, shoulder sockets. Inhale, back up, arc it up between the shoulder sockets. Exhale down between the shoulder sockets. So you've got a little swing there. The heart. Again with your breath. And each time you might notice more release, a little more witnessing of the shoulders and all of their support systems there. More capacity for accessory muscles to the breath. Great, come back into neutral in this forearm plank. And if you'd like to join me in a forearm plank for some strengthening, you can take the palms together, you low the face, keep the shoulders over the elbows, press the forearms into the mat, curl the right toes back, and curl the left toes, straight leg, and we are in our forearm plank. Squeeze those glutes, point the tailbone towards the heels, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Find that frame of your torso again. Hold it steady. Now take a right knee down, left knee down. And just come onto the belly briefly for a little rest. Taking a pillow over the head with the hands, forearm down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, or 5, depending on your count. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. And then inhale up. Lift the head, take the hands by the shoulders and come back up to tabletop. And from here, find that neutral spine. So we made arcs up and arcs down. Now find the neutral. Curl the right toes under, straighten out that right leg. Inhale the right leg up off the mat. Find the framework, the shoulder sockets and the hip sockets. Align them, square them off. And then inhale the left arm next to left ear. Magnetize in towards that framework of the center. If you need to cushion back with your knees and such with a blanket, you can do that. So check in with yourself about your comfort here. Stay here and then bend the right knee, sole of the foot to the sky. Still holding into that framework, let's take the left arm towards the left hip. You can either stay here, feeling that nice quad stretch, or you can reach back and find your right foot. Press the right foot into the left hand, keeping the hips nice and square. Find your even breath here. It's a little more challenging. Keep it in even. And then come out of it. Take the left hand down and we'll switch to the other side. Curl the left toes under. Inhale that leg off the floor. And then the right hand up next to right ear. Bend the left knee up towards the sky. So the sole of the foot, bend the left knee so that the sole of the foot is up towards the sky. Find your strong torso frame. Match that up. And then sweep the right arm next to the body towards the right hip. Stay there. Or if you can find that foot, hold on to it. And as you hold on to it, again, find that rectangle. You might try to sweep off of that a little bit. So use your breath. Come into center. Soften down to the mat, release. Exhale. Next inhale brings our right arm up to that horizontal plane. Begin to paint an arc out that way and then sweep down towards the earth. Watch the right hand as it sweeps into twisted cat underneath the left armpit. Bring the right ear to the mat. So as you bring the right ear to the mat, we'll pay attention, bring our mind's eye to those hips. And maybe the left hip tried to hike up toward your ear. Inhale. Exhale, drop the left hip towards the bottom of the mat. So see if you can square off your hips here. Use your left hand for leverage in front of the face just to see if you can encourage a twist. Soft and soften. And with your breath, just bring that right palm on left palm on top of left. So we're pointing there like an arrow on the right. Left hand on top of right. And then we're going to draw an arc, a rainbow with our left fingertips towards 12 o'clock above the head along the floor. And feel that stretch on that left arm. Maybe if your eyes can look up towards the sky, And then bringing that arc shape back to left palm on top of right. We're going to take the left fingertips up towards the sky. Again, gaze up at those left fingertips if you can. Maybe bring your gaze a little further up there so you can get a little more twist. And then palms together. Left hand to the floor, unwind to the other side. Left arm comes up onto that horizontal plane, supported by the torso frame, and then sweep it under the right armpit. Twisted cat to the other side. Left ear comes to the mat. Take the right palm down in front of the face and just encourage that twist. Check in with your hips. This time, probably your right hip's hiking up. Exhale it down towards the bottom of the mat. Find a nice foundation here. Feel the earth beneath you. And then bring the right palm on top of left. Trace that beautiful arc on the floor towards the 12 o'clock position above the head. And maybe bring your eyes to that right direction, right up towards the sky. And soften the gaze forward as the right hand comes back to meet on top of the left palm. And then draw another arc above you with the right fingertips. Visualize the colors. Gaze up at the sky. And then bring it back down. Take the right hand down to meet the left for a moment, then right hand to the floor and unwind. And then we're going to position ourselves in a seated position in the middle of the mat. So allow yourself to rise up, shake that out a bit, or unwind it, and then sit on the edge of a blanket. So after all that movement, we'll give our necks a little stretch. Your sits bone find the edge of the blanket, and our lovely base of the pelvis spilling off the mat. If you want to take a kneeling position, you can do that too. Let's bring the fingertips to the mat, fingers behind us, thumbs pointing forward. Feel the spine rising up towards the sky and exhale into the sits bones. Each time we practice this seat, we're just reinforcing that wonderful posture we can take in any activity, sitting activity we do. Find that box breath. Even inhale, even exhale. On your next exhale, let's take the right turn with the chin over towards the right shoulder. And back through center. Let's trace that to the other side. Really lifting through the spine. Let's turn to the right again. This time dipping the chin towards the edge of the collarbone on the right side. Pressing through the left fingertips. See if you can just reach out there. And then trace the collarbone towards center. All the way back into the center. And then over to the other side. Trace it to the left shoulder. Resting through your fingertips the entire time. And then come back to center again. Trace it back. Softly bring the gaze up towards the sky. Chin up. And then back to neutral. Inhale. Turn to the left. Let's try to reach the chin towards the left edge of that left collarbone. And press through the right fingertips. And then trace inward. Following a nice path of breath across the collarbones to the right side. Press it back. Trace it back to the center. Gazing down. and then gazing up, coming back to neutral. And now if we had a wonderful paintbrush at the crown of the head, we're going to paint around an arc around the head from our shoulder socket to shoulder socket. Inhale, exhale, bring the right ear to a right shoulder. Just imagine that arc above your head, pressing through the left fingertips. Exhale. And then use your right hand to lift that crown of the head up. Exhale to the other side. And then use your left hand to help that back up. Feel that freedom. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Feel the skin of the side body stretching out. Exhale, sweep the right arm under the left. Bring the back of the hands together or the palms. Elbow and shoulders, same level. Take the elbows away from the body and back to the body. Separate the shoulder blades and bring them together. Gliding, softening. And then find that neutral place. So we're midline with our nice shoulder blades aligned. And then we're going to take the elbow over to the left. Exhale. Towards the left shoulder. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. 2, 3, 4. Exhale to the other side. 2, 3, 4. Look over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Bring the elbows down towards the navel. Soften the head. Inhale. Up to the sky. Bring the elbows up. Fingertips up. And exhale, sweep it out again, up to the sky, arms up. Exhale, left arm under right. Slide the shoulder blades away from each other and back. Elbows will come forward and back. And since we're at our third eye, we can just keep our minds still as well. Slide over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, chin turns as well. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the other side. Turn the chin over to the left. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, dip the elbows towards the navel. Drop the head. Then inhale back up. Point up to the sky. Reach the clouds. Lift the elbows. Exhale down. Sweep those arms and just shake it out. We're going to move to gate pose. So let's come to all fours. And I'd love if you could cushion your knees with the blanket so that you're taking the base into the shin, not into the knee. Take all the folds out of that blanket, place it in the middle of the mat, come to your shins on that blanket so that the kneecaps are just off, hanging a little bit off of that blanket. There we go. Okay, so we're in all fours facing with the wide part of the mat away from us. And then we're going to come on to a high kneeling position. Find a nice strong base there, pressing into those shins. And tailbone dropping, pointing that arrow down. So from our strong framework here, shoulders aligned with hips, we're going to take the right foot out and plant it on the wide part of the mat, straight leg. You take the right hand to the top of the right thigh, inhale, Exhale, see if you can drop that hip and square it off with the other. Inhale, exhale, drop the right hand so it's sliding towards that right foot. Really feel the strong base on that right foot. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky and reach over to the right. As you exhale, feel that ear dropping towards the shoulder. Still extending the colorful energy from the fingertips. Sweep the fingertips up on our left side, coming down. Let's magnetize into that frame and come back to our high knee. Inhale, let's take the left foot out to the side. Plant that foot down, spread the toes. There we go. Take the left hand to the top of the left thigh and just encourage that evenness through the hips. Strong base on the right shin. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Allow the left arm to hand to slide towards the left foot. And we take it over to the left. Gate pose. Inhale into that right side, exhale. This pose is really opening up our capacity to breathe better. Filling our lungs with fresh energy. Now let's take that arc shape above our heads with the right hand back to center. Draw that right knee in to stay strong. And then come forward. And we're going to take our wide forward bend from here. So we're going to transition from our all fours to a wide forward bend. So I suggest to curl the back toes under, lift the knees off the mat, take your right foot out to the side and your left foot, keep the knees bent, move that blanket behind you, and then begin to come into a wide forward bend. Find the feet in parallel position, spread the toes, hands on the floor or on a block. And we're back in our nice horizontal position with the spine, inhaling, pulling the energy back with your fingertips towards the body. Nice even exhale here. And now let's take the hands to the top of the thighs and take the energy of your fingertips inward towards the inner thighs so we take some pressure off the low back. Inhale, hinge up to stand. Wide stance here, parallel feet. Take the hands to the back of the lower back again, palms and fingertips pointing down, and we'll take that same wide camel pose support as we take the elbows back. Heart looks up towards the sky, along the eyes. Drop the tailbone. Notice as you do that, the glutes engage. Perfect support there. So we're arcing that spine in another direction and coming back up to center. And now we're going to take a beautiful arc around us as we transition from side angle to proud and to peaceful warrior. So let's take our proud warrior feet, front heel, right side with the back arch angled at 45 degrees. Already we can magnetize our feet together and just notice as they draw together, we support that base of our legs and the quads engage, supporting the knees aligning. Inhale, exhale, bend the right knee towards the right toes, drop the pelvis, and adjust your back foot. So let's try to keep that really strong base. This is a great workout for your quads and all of those hip supporters. Drawing the feet together. Inhale, take the left arm up towards the sky. Remember we were taking that side bend earlier? Let's just do the same. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, this time bring the right elbow to the right thigh. And reach long. On both sides of the body. Remember, we were reaching along with both arms, so get that same energy here, using that strength in the torso. Turn up towards the sky with your eyes. And then we're going to take that lovely arc, paint that rainbow with the left fingertips, and come on up. Bring the gaze over the right fingertips in Proud Warrior. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, as you drop the left fingertips towards the left thigh and reach the right arm up, again painting beautiful rainbow colors above you. And then sweep that same arc with the right fingertips, transition through Proud Warrior back to side angle. And then back again. Notice the nice warmth in your legs. We're going to do this again. Sweep down. Right elbow to right thigh. And then come on up to Proud Warrior. Keep the arms out into the T. Straighten the right leg and bring the legs parallel. Sorry, the feet parallel. And notice the warmth on that right quad. I can just put my hand there and feel it engage, right? Let's match it up to the other side. Take the left toes out. Angle that right foot. Again, as we've said before, always track the knee, the bent knee towards the middle two toes and engage that quad. Inhale, hands on hips. Exhale, take the right arm up towards the sky as you bend the left knee. And find our base. Proud Warrior feet. Exhale, reach on over. Side bend where the left elbow comes to the left thigh. You can even gaze down at your knee, making sure that your quad's engaged. Let's even out that painting our rainbow with the right fingertips. Gaze over the left fingertips in our Proud Warrior. Inhale and exhale. And then drop the right fingertips towards that back thigh. And look on up. So really envision that energy reaching beyond your fingertips. Back to Proud. And extending into side angle. Back to Proud. And this is your flow. Take one more transition here from side angle, nice and long. Reach those right fingertips 2 inches further. Back to Proud. Straighten the left leg. And then take the T arms, parallel feet. Sweep the arms down. Just find the base. Close the eyes. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, arms above the head, open the eyes. Look up at your hands, saluting the sky. Exhale the arms into T. Let's take that same sway side to side that we were doing earlier, reaching beyond your physical reach energetically. Reaching right to left. Beautiful. And then reach up into prayer again, looking up. Exhale, wide wingspan of the arms. We're coming into a forward bend. Hands down on the floor. And we're going to walk the hands out into that wide plank. Shoulders away from the ears. Actively press with that big muscle, latissimus dorsi, bringing those shoulders away from the ears, and then press back into a wide downward dog, dropping the head, reaching the arms long. Inhale into that spine, exhale. Let's come forward into another wide plank. And let's draw ourselves back with the breath into that wide downward dog. Holding here. And then come into that wide plank again. And we'll bring the right toes in to a narrower stance and the left toes in. And then back into a regular downward dog. Feet hip width apart. Pedal your feet. Really reaching up with your hips and your sits bones towards the sky. Both heels evenly down towards the mat. And then we can bend the knees and bring them down, shins down to the mat. Great job. Grab a block. And we'll come down to the mat. Soles of the feet on the floor. Hip width apart, knees hip width apart. Align our skull and sacrum. Allow the back to accept that support beneath you. And then lift the hips up on an inhale. Place the block beneath the sacrum. Cozy under there. Supporting the back. Drop the arms next to the body. And notice how this supports that arc in the spine, the mid and upper spine, but supports the low back. Beautiful. Now lift the hips up into bridge, pressing the arms into the mat. And then as you take your fingertips towards that block, see if you can grab the block, place it between the thighs, and we'll shift this bridge so that now we're getting that squeeze on the block between the thighs. And then we're going to take that beautiful, colorful energy from the fingertips, even the arms up towards the sky, reach up, paint that arc, and then reach above the head all the way back to the floor. Supporting the lift of the hips, and sweep that arms up towards the sky again, paint that all the way down to the floor, and snake the spine down, placing the sacrum down. Inhale up through the hips. Paint that rainbow, the fingertips, and back down, tracing that line, snaking the spine one more time. Inhale, hips up, and sweep up. And snake it down. Beautiful. Remove the block. If you want to place that block under the hips again, you can feel that lovely release of any strain off the back. Straighten the left leg and the right leg. Allow the feet to flop out to the side and the arms to relax next to the body or on the floor. So it's opening up another shape to support that opening of our ribs, the opening of our shoulders and collarbones and our hip bones. Even inhale. And even matching exhale. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Bridge up to remove that block. Keeping the knees together, we'll roll over onto the right side. And we're going to take the palms together and the arms long in front of the body. And we're going to take that same concept again. So many arcs in our yoga practice. Take the left fingertips and make that rainbow shape above the head. Open up, long arm to the other side, end of the rainbow. We'll take the sternum up towards the sky, pressing through the right arm. Knees stay together. Pelvis perpendicular to the floor. If possible, bring the gaze over towards the left fingertips. Draw that same arc back, left arm comes up, and then left hand meets right. And then we're going to directly transition into this arc shape above the head. So left fingertips draw an arc above the head. Watch the fingertips with your eyes. As your shoulder allows, you can come to the other side of the arc, whatever that means for your body. And then bring the arc back, left over right. With the strength of that torso frame, we're going to bring this over to the other side, to the left side. So you'll end up on your left side and your right arm sweeps up towards the sky. Palms meet on the other side. So we're here ready for a twist on the right. On the left. Knees stay together and we're taking the right fingertips and the arc above us. Reach the arms long. End of the rainbow on that right side. Soften the back. Press into the left arm. Increase that twist and let go. Gaze over the right palm if you can. Following your breath, we're going to inhale the right fingertips up. Right palm on top of left. And we'll transition to that other arc above the head on the floor, watching the right fingertips as they travel above the head. Over to the other side, only as far as your shoulder allows. And then back. The palms meet again. And then we can ease ourselves onto the back. Knees together, feet wide apart. Take one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Easy pose here. An opportunity to address any tension in the body. Reoxygenate any areas you need to attend to. From this quiet place, we can transition into Shavasana. Left leg long, right leg long. Allow the arms to drape next to the body, palms up towards the sky. And see if we can encourage that lift of our mid and upper back by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Lift the sternum up, pressing through the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so we shimmy the shoulders underneath the body. And an exhale brings everything down into beautiful alignment, beautiful posture. in our Shavasana, supported from beneath us. Close the eyes. Scan the body, crown of the head, past the face, the skull, the neck, the shoulders, ribs, torso, pelvis, hips, arms and hands, fingers, thighs, knees and shins, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Coming into that breath, the rhythm of your breath. Finding balance. Notice if there is a lightness to the body, a lightness of weight, lifting, but also a brightness of light. The breath has a way of brightening and bringing light to areas of the body that we may have ignored before. So allow that light to shine. Perhaps that light can shine beyond your physical body, creating an energetic field of color, of energy, positivity. And outward giving of our energy toward others. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Roll over onto your right side, supporting your heart. And ease yourself up to a seated position. Hands at the heart. In prayer position, may the brightness within us shine out towards everyone we love and beyond. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.